And look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! KO! Here's the cover.
Hey, what's up guys, and we're back here today with another video with a tank that I've never really featured before. It's not going to be a review on it, but we're going to look at the T-34-100, or aka the Ragnarok. Just going to call it the Ragnarok, but it's a tank, I don't know why I've never really featured it, but it's finally here, and yeah, it's probably one of the most, if not the most sought after premium tank in the game. Just simply because it's up there, and before the Dragon came out, probably one of the best, or if not the best, tier 8 prem in the game, in terms of performance-wise, and as well as silver making potential, because this thing has a 75% silver bonus, I believe. But again, this isn't going to be a review or anything like that. But we'll talk about a little bit about the stats of the tank. Just for your know-how, but I'm sure there's other reviews people have already done, because this thing has been out for quite some time now, or was released for quite some time ago. It has been re-released in store. I know a lot of people would love to have this thing, and for good reason, like I said, but got our 3-shot autoloader, 320 alpha per shot, so very, very nice there. 205 pen on the AP rounds, and then 240 on the APCR, which is okay. And yeah, we're just gonna be on Kasserine, which is probably one of the maps that the console team made that I actually honestly prefer. Actually quite like this map, to be fair. The other side of the map is kind of pointless, in my opinion. But the middle area and this side on this flank is pretty good. I usually do pretty well on this map, and we're gonna have a very, very, very good result this game. And it's I'm very happy with that, considering it's kind of a special game. Because I'm already going to spoil it here by the video title, as you probably saw. That this is my 100th Radley Walters medal game in World of Tanks, which is a nice little feat, personally for myself. So, not a huge deal, but something I'm pretty happy with, to be truthful. So, again, we've kind of dealt with that flank. My crew isn't the best in this thing, because we put 2 shots into the Lycan earlier, but they've really sent nobody to the opposite ridgeline where I'm going right now, so I'm going to take advantage of that, push in a little bit hard, put 1 shot into the Panther, a second one, try to go for the fuel tank for the other one. That one misses. Fortunately, he hits us in the fuel tank. I've had a lot of issues with this tank, with fuel tanks, because they're all mounted on the side, as you can see, the T-34 chassis. It says only a 15% chance, but I'm not buying that. I got set on fire like 5 times when I was playing this thing in one session. So I actually switched out and got rid of food, which is surprising. I may go back eventually and put food back on this thing, but I decided to take it off, and now we're just making quick work of these guys. There's no RDs, but we can use this position pretty well, and they're not paying attention to the depth from above. Up here, I have just enough gun depression to hit that Adler, or the VK 4005 or 4503. Try to make too many numbers. And now we're just waiting for a reload, and we're going to try to take out the Dreadnought here, as he's just harding the heavy tank over to my right. And we're going to send him back to the garage right now. So I don't want to bite off 2 more than I can chew. It's tempting to try to get a shot on the T-29 there, or put her 2 more shots. But turkeys don't fly real well. They can, but I'm not going to test that theory today. And rocks are made of ice in this game, so I don't want to get too close to the edge. So we're just going to move on with our merry ways and see if we can't help this flank over here. There appears to only be 2 tanks on there against our 2 tanks, the Atomic and the Greenwich on their team, versus I think an AT-15 and some other medium, I don't know. But we're going to do some good work with that AT-15 the rest of this game, so keep that in mind. If you're looking for the side shots into this Atomic, put 1 in, get a second one, lucky one that goes in, and then as soon as we fire the other one, he moves forward an inch, of course. I was actually loading APCR. As you see, I was going down to the left. I was going to go in behind those heavies down in the middle, and put some shots into them. And honestly, that could have been still the right play, but here we spot up the appears to be AFK 1375, and we're going to give him a little nudge because we can take 200 damage off of him. And it's kind of questionable to maybe go after the AFK tank, but I've always said that I don't want to leave light tanks alive when the games are close like this because of vision purposes. I don't have the best crew in this tank. My Czech crew, it's just my TVP crew, the tier 10. This one I think only has 8 perks. It's not the best. I did get outspotted earlier in the game, so if I can take any vision out, even if he's not playing right now, he could come back and influence us later in the game. So I'd rather just take him out and not have to worry about that. And we can see our AT-15 buddy is over there chilling on full health. He's doing a good job. He's taking most of the health of that Gornage. But while we reload, we're kind of going to be looking at both these guys. I honestly thought the Atomic moved, but we've now drawn the attention of the Gornage as well. I don't really want to eat a shot here, so we don't fully aim that one. And now we're just trying to avoid the shot from the Atomic. He hits the rock, which is good for us. We pull back, get a slight low roll, but we have another shot and finish him off as well. So we kind of secured this flank, but now our middle area of the map is kind of falling. The IS-6 is kind of doing pretty good work there in the middle. And rather than just go right into there, which could be tempting, we're already up to 5 kills and just shy of 4,800 damage to this game, which is a very, very nice result so far. The requirements for acing this thing are just absurd. You can thank people like Petty for doing like 10 kills and Call of Banals medals in this thing, like 7,500 damage. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, the requirements for this thing are filthy high, just because it's so mobile. It's got that great burst damage with the autoloader. 320 alpha per shot on a medium at tier 8 is disgustingly good, especially for the reload. So yeah, it's no surprise that this thing has very, very high requirements, and I don't look forward to trying to 3-mark it. Maybe we'll try it in the future. It's very tempting here though, to go help my King Tiger, but I'm just trying to keep in mind in this situation that there's going to be a lot of tanks coming right down the middle, and if I try to go in there and help him, we're all going to be surrounded very quickly, getting shot from multiple angles. So I'd rather stay in this Overwatch position, even if I don't have the direct ability to help him immediately. It may seem selfish, but it's really not. I'm trying my best to try to help him. First one goes behind the SU's gun, the second one hits the SU's gun, and then the third one does pen him. It's kind of key misses there. We're going to lose a little bit of hit points because of that. We could have killed him easily, even if another one of those is actually penned. And that's always the issue with fighting SUs, is their armor isn't good, obviously, but the armor layout of that tank is annoying to shoot from the side, because there's a lot of empty space around the gun. So it's very difficult to hit sometimes, especially at range. And unfortunately, we bounced the first one off of him on the Dragon, and we're going for the last one, and that one misses. The accuracy isn't the best on this thing, nor the gun handling. It's only like 0.4, 0.38, something around that ballpark figure. But not the worst, but not the best. So now it's just me and the AT-15, who is on full health. I'm glad to have him because he has the armor and the hit points here. I'm very much a paper tank in this situation. I have no armor, pretty much to speak of. Everything's going to pen this thing. We spot up the Dragon again. Really want to get rid of him. He's on nearly full health. Or not full health, sorry. He's a very, very dangerous tank. And then the Indian Panzer pops out, misses a shot. And we put our third one into him. To try to take a little bit hit points off of him as well. At this point, I was a little worried about the IS-6 coming up behind us. But he's actually going to be coming up to our right. And again, in an effort to make sure both of us on our team are not in the same position and kind of easily flankable, I'm going to try to get over to my left here, and one, try to defend the base if I can get shots there, and two, just kind of create those crossfires that I always talk about, especially when you're outnumbered like this. So our AT-15 puts in a good shot into him. I-6 appears to be distracted by the AT-15 that has him tracked. He's pulling back. We go over the top. Again, we bounce another one off the Dragon. There's some funky angles on that tank. I know from myself that you can easily bounce off some of those hard, like 90-degree angles on the front of that tank. So, not too surprising. This is RBR team there. We are a little low on ammo. We only have 16 shells left, which is kind of an odd number. We take an unnecessary shot there from the Indian Panzer. That's kind of a misplay there, losing some hit points. We're up to 6,400 damage already, and we have quite a lot of work to do here if we want to win this game. I'd really like to get rid of this guy if we can. Try to put a shot into him. Doesn't come off, just because he has the flank on us, and it'd be a lot easier to deal with the remaining 3 tanks who are all right in front of us. He's the only one that has the flank. Plus, he has a very meaty gun that can do a lot of damage very quickly. So, first one bounces off the Indian Panzer. Second one does go in below the gun mantlet, or just chipping away his hit points. That's all we can do at this point. We know the T-34-100 is on the cap and needs to be reset in 45 seconds. Our AT-15 is actually moving in now, so good on him. Looks like he's going after the IS-6 possibly, or just getting himself into a position where he can kind of support. At this point, 2 tanks are in the cap. We need to do something about it. Kind of watching this guy. I gotta just go in though. He tracks us. Unfortunately, probably shouldn't have repaired that. That's kind of a mistake. As there we go, T-34-100 hits our ammo, and then it was the Shishaka does put another shot into us with the Su-130, same tank. So now we're stuck with a very long reload, and it's gonna make this end game very tricky and reliant upon the AT-15 to really do some work, because I have a 50-second reload now. With this game still very much not won. He does shut down the T-34-100, so good on him. It's always nice to come across somebody who's actually a really good teammate and kind of working with him pretty well. Granted, he is an artillerist TD, so this is going to be kind of awkward, even with them two still being on very low health. I'm still 15 seconds away from reloading at this point. I'm just trying to tell him by clicking the reload button every once in a while that I can't help for 10 more seconds. Just trying to do my best to communicate that. And finally, he does shut him down. The Indian Panzer, for some reason, messes that up. If I was the Indian Panzer, I'd almost would have rather gone after me. He doesn't know I'm ammo racked, but he does have the hit points probably to out trade me. But again, he doesn't know if I'm loaded, so that's kind of just the fear factor there, I guess. And now we've turned it into a 2 versus 1. So some good teamwork, some solid positioning there at the end. Made it possible to bring this back to a 2 versus 1 now from the 2 versus 5. And now we're just using that mobility to kind of close the distance, get under the IS-6's gun. Could have loaded the APCR, but with our reload, it's just too much. We'd be wasting too much time. We don't have. Trying to get into his head a little bit, that we're going all the way around him. Being a little, from our UK counterparts, I'm going to steal a little bit of a phrase, kind of be cheeky and seeing if we can't get around him. But that's actually not the case. He's coming right over the top. We are BRT, and luckily it pans right through his lower plate. Otherwise, we could have very much been dead in that scenario. But a little bit of luck at the end. I will happily take that after some bad RNG that earlier. So, finish that one off with one hell of a result. 2600 base XP. That's probably one of my highest base XP games in quite a while. 8 kills, as I said, 100th Radley Walters medal. Always nice to pick one of those up. It's just shy of 7,500 damage with 7495. Not really anything in the way of assisted damage. And yeah, he got a base defense medal as well, which is again not surprising. And our AT-15 pal did, I think, 3k damage, which is good. And was just in the right spot at the right time and did what he needed to do as well. So it's always nice to see that. So, one hell of a game, one hell of a tank. Hopefully they put this one out in the store again at some point. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I definitely did. It was one fun game to play. And I will catch you guys later. See ya. Peace.